Good day, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the Systems Analysis and Design class. In this sixth meeting, we are going to discuss how to design an effective output and input. In order to understand effective output and input design, we will need first to understand the output and input design objectives. Similar with the output, in order to understand how to design an effective input, you need to first understand the input design objectives. We have several objectives. The first one is effectiveness. So that the user will be able to input data effectively to the systems. For example, the input design is done in a flow that enables users to only input data in accordance to the flow of the input design. The users will not be distracted and have to follow the sequential flow of the input design. The next objective is accuracy. The input design should enable users to accurately input data to the system. So this means that the data that is being inputted into the system has been validated appropriately using program validation. And next is ease of use. The input should be designed so that the users will have the least effort to input data to the system. An interactive guidance such as pop-ups or even appropriate labels or naming or captioning will enable the users to easily use the input design. The next objective is consistency. The input design should be structured, consistent, and not messy. For example, in the input design of biodata input, for example, there's a name and then address, sex, and so on. For example, the types of font for each of the labels and even the size of the font should be consistently the same. So the users will not be too difficult in understanding the input design, as well as the input design will be more structured and not messy. The next objective is simplicity. The input design should be simple and straightforward. So this means that the users will be able to understand and know where to input the data to, and also it's not too complicated to the user. So this is related to the ease of use. And the last one is attractiveness. The input design should be as attractive as possible so that the users wanted to input data to the input design. Attractiveness will also affect the behavior of the users. If the input design is attractive, then the user will feel happy and satisfied when they are inputting data to the system. Once we understand about the input design objectives, next we will look at the types of input design that can be used by the analyst and designer. The first design is electronic forms. An electronic form should be designed in accordance with the input design objectives that we discussed previously. So it should enable users to input the data effectively and accurately. So this means that automated validation inputs are available in the electronic forms. And the labelings and the columns that will be used to input data should be consistently designed, structured and organized in a way that the users can input the data with a minimum efforts, and it should be simple and easy to use. The second design is display screens and web forms. Display screen here is with a touchscreen display, so it can also produce some outputs. For example, similar with the web forms, it can produce pop-ups that list some guidance in order to make the users easier when they are going to input the data. The third one is graphical user interface. Graphical user interface is where we can design by using graphical objects that has been already designed inside an application. For example, by using a control toolbox. I will demonstrate by using Microsoft Excel after this. In Microsoft Excel window, I can go to the developer menu and then select Visual Basic, and then I can access the Visual Basic environment. Then I can insert a user form, and as you can see in the upper left, in the user form I can select several control toolboxes and draw the control toolboxes inside my user forms. For example, here I will draw a label here, for example, and then I will change the caption using names. And next I will also draw another label, just copy it, and I'll change it to sex here, to change the caption. And now I'm going to draw another control toolbox, a text box toolbox here, so that I can input text to the name toolbox. And next I'm going to put a combo box so that I can choose a couple of data for the sex, and I can input the data first. Let's go to the Excel window, and on column A1 and A2 I'll put male and female as the data, and then after that I can go back to the Visual Basic windows, and then on the combo box I will look at the property and find a row source, and I'll input A1 and until A2. Okay, and then I'll draw another control toolbox, for example comment button here, just change the caption. And next I can run the applications, and as you can see here I can put text in the name, and I can choose the data that has been already listed here, yeah. And then I can also click on the comment button, and this is the most exciting part, where I can click and click and click and click the comment button. Then I can go back here. So that's how you design an input by using graphical user interface employing control toolboxes. The next input design is the website design. An effective website design usually have several good components such as Ajax or asynchronous, JavaScript, and XML. The Ajax is a combination of JavaScript and XML, where the JavaScript will be able to call data in the XML database, and the data will be automatically updated in the JavaScript. So this means that when you open a website, whenever you do something to the website or input data to the website, it will be automatically updated and shown to the user. I have provided an Ajax tutorial module on Ajax that you can follow the instruction. It should enable you to understand how to create an Ajax website and understand about XML and JavaScript. This is an example of Ajax. Whenever a user finishes inputting data to the website, it will open a new input menu. And next is the hamburger icon. just like a hamburger with two buns and some fillings in between the two buns. This icon in three lines here, it will show a menu that can be clicked, and it will then show a sub menu that you can also click. The next component is what we call the breadcrumb trail. The breadcrumb trail will show you a menu path or where you came from. For example, in here, you came from several menu before the home menu in the website. And the last component is the fat footer. This is where in the website, in the bottom part of the website, you can put a lot of information. For example, all of the menus or sub-menus or even social media menus inside the bottom of the website. This is an example of a very fat footer. There are a lot of information or menus that can be clicked or navigated from the footer here, as well as you can see that there are social media pages that can be clicked to go to the social media of the company of the website. I think that's all that I can explain in a brief. For more details, you can discuss it in the synchronized session and the asynchronous session in the discussion forum. I'll be seeing you guys on the next session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.